What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another update and video. This is probably the longest I've been away from the tank. It's been probably like a month that I was gone, and so luckily I had my dad was able to watch the tank. Obviously he doesn't know everything about the tank, so there was a few issues that happened on the tank, so I'm gonna kind of go over that, and then we kind of go over some of the stuff together, kind of see what grew and what, you know, changed, I guess, in the tank when I was gone for a month long here. So first off, I'm still, you know, going through and cleaning the tank. So it's been about a week, less than a week now that I've been back, and I've been doing small water changes, being away so long, and I don't want to do huge changes, so I scraped this side here, so these two panels, well, it's just one big panel, but 1, 2, and I haven't scraped this side yet. This one's going to be in the next couple of days here. I'm going to do that side. And also what I do is I basically just clean like the sand bed 1, 2, and then I did the sump, so that was 3, and then I'm going to be doing this next, which is why I haven't gotten to there yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on with the tank real quick. So no loss in terms of fish. Everything is accounted for when I came back, and they look healthy, they look good. There was a little bit of algae. It wasn't too bad, you know, just a little bit of algae in the wall. It basically like this. It wasn't bad, right, in terms of algae. There was a little bit more cyano bacteria, a little bit more up here, so I'm dealing with that right now. I'm trying to treat for that, and that's why the skimmer is off. I'm doing chemically clean treatment. It tends to work out pretty well for me. Yeah, I can sit here and try to do more water changes and figure out what's going on, but I'm going to just do the chemically clean, get rid of it, and then the water changes will help with that. But yeah, so and then also there was a small outbreak of like bubble algae. Bubble algae in here is just kind of went out of control. The sump did have a little bit more hair algae when I came back. You can kind of see a little bit of the cyano here and there on the sump. The sump has a lot more. And here's what the sump looks like. This is what I came home to, was the floors being wet, like water hitting the floor. It was because a little bit of my fault, I guess, not giving my dad a heads up in terms of how the skimmer works. Basically, for being a month long, the skimmer topped off and overflowed and just went to the top and started overflowing into the sump, which is fine, but because it's bubbling up here, it kind of splashed water and stuff in the wall here, which you can kind of see there. And it splashed along this whole panel, and then whatever water residue that was hitting, it was sliding down there, hitting the back of this, and then dripping in the back. So the whole floor was kind of just, it had a puddle of water. It wasn't anything crazy where it was like up against the walls or anything like that, but there was a large amount of water that was there. And basically, I think last time I had mentioned that to him, saying like, you know, if you see this full, just tell me, I should shut it off. But this time I forgot to mention it to him or whatever, and he didn't even look at this door at all. So this door is just completely closed. Well, I'm surprised he didn't see water on the floor when he was here, but maybe it happened towards the end or whatnot. So I'm not sure, but he basically took care of refilling the RO and refilling the kelp container here, this container over here that holds the kelp glosser. So that's the RO water that goes in there and gets pumped to the stirrer, and the stirrer pumps it back over here. So he was refilling those, feeding the fish. So I think whatever, that's fine. So that was the only thing that came back to, was just water on the floor, a bunch of algae on the sump, and all the fish were doing fine. In terms of coral, I didn't really see anything that I lost or even like kind of died back. I guess I did lose a couple of mushrooms, like, so this magic carpet, there was like this magic carpet that's on this tile here. There's 2 of them, but that one's gone. I don't know if it just detached itself. And then the flash bounce that was over here, it detached itself, so I put them over here. But other than that, that was like, I guess the only thing. Oh yeah, and then one of the acro. So this is a newer acro that I put on here. I glued it on here pretty much, and it got knocked down. It was just sitting here. I don't know for how long, but it was fine. It, like, I mean, look at it. It's doing fine. I forgot if I put it there or if I put it over here. I forgot. I think it could have been over here. Maybe I should put it back over here. So maybe, yeah, next time I want to take that and put it over here. Anyways, so it got knocked down. It was over here somewhere, and then, you know, whatever, right? The acros though, they do look pretty good in terms of growth. So being a month away, I've definitely noticed that this guy here started shooting out more branches. The organ, that's shooting out more branches everywhere. And same thing with the Slimer. The Slimer is actually getting crazy now. I know that they're supposed to grow a lot faster, but I mean, they're doing really good for me for whatever reason. It's really green, really nice. And this guy's starting to shoot a little sticks here and there on the side. So I'm happy that those guys are doing good. And the new ones are that one right there in the corner, or on the little side there. It's starting to encrust really well there. And then there's a new one here that looks like it's encrusting a little bit better. And then the same with that one. So that's a new one. So I think I need to move that guy because there's just like green and green here. It just doesn't look really well. Maybe I'll move him over here. That's supposed to be a rainbow splice, but I think it's just more of the green side. And so I don't see any of the red. And anyways, I'll put it over here later when I get a chance to stick my hand in here when I'm cleaning this and whatnot. So in terms of growth, noticing a little bit more growth in terms of Yakro for sure. I'm noticing that, it's kind of hard to see with this guy, but the chalice is a lot happier. Like this chalice here, Meltdown is looking brighter than it was before. This guy, it kind of lost a little piece here, but I'm not noticing growth from this guy, so I'm not sure. Same thing with this guy, I'm not really noticing growth. Meltdown over here, it's looking okay, but I'm not also noticing that much growth. But this guy over here, this chalice over here is looking pretty good. And then I would say back here, this Monty, of course Monties are gonna grow pretty well, but this Jawbreaker, this WWC Jawbreaker Monty is growing very, very rapidly and very fast. And I'm happy to see that because eventually I think I'm gonna have to replace that with the one that I have over here. This one I trimmed back before I left, and it's looking like all the pieces I've trimmed off is like healed really well. So I pretty much trimmed the ones that were more of the solid color. I mean, obviously there's more solids up there, but I'm trying to keep red, green, red, green. So eventually I'll trim off some more over here or something like that. But it's looking pretty good, looking pretty good. And then the other tank, it has a huge glare right now because like the way the sun's hitting the house, and I don't want to go over there with a glare, but over there, pretty much that tank is just filled with algae when I came back, and I did a bunch of water changes and scraped off a bunch of algae. So it looks a little bit better, but definitely a lot worse than this tank because there's a lot more fish. The other one has less fish. And so I think it's just an imbalance of nutrients in that tank that I need to figure out. And I did add in an urchin again, tuxedo urchin, to kind of graze some of this algae that I'm noticing on top of the rockwood. Only algae eater in here that I have is obviously the fish, and then like just Tropheus. I did have tuxedo urchins in here a long time ago, and then I moved them to the newer tank to kind of take care of the algae, and now I'm moving them back. So we'll see. But yeah, I want to do a quick update on the tank after coming back. And if you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. And like always, till next time, guys, peace.